Christmas is a time for joy, warmth, and family. But what happens when an uninvited guest arrives? This is a chilling tale of one family's Christmas Eve that turned into a nightmare. It was Christmas Eve, and the snow fell gently over the small town. The Johnson family, Tom, his wife Sarah, and their young son Ben, were gathered around the living room, basking in the glow of the twinkling Christmas tree. Laughter echoed through the house as they sipped cocoa and prepared for bed. Just as Tom locked the front door, he heard 3 soft knocks. Knock, knock, knock. He paused. Who could it be at this hour? Glancing at Sarah, he muttered, "Probably carolers," and walked to the door. But when he opened it, there was no one there. Just the snow-covered porch and cold air creeping inside. Confused, he closed the door and turned to head back. That's when he noticed it. Wet footprints leading from the doorway, across the wooden floor, and into the hallway. "Did you come in from the back?" he called to Sarah, but she frowned and shook her head. "I haven't left the room." A chill ran down his spine. The footprints were fresh, but they were barefoot. Before Tom could react, a whisper echoed through the house, soft, childlike, and distant. "It's cold outside. Let me in." Ben looked up from his toys, his face pale. "Daddy, who's that little boy?" he asked, pointing toward the hallway. Tom and Sarah froze. There, in the dim light of the hall, stood a small figure. Its head hung low, and its clothes were ragged and wet. Snow dripped from its hair as it took a slow step forward. Tom's voice trembled. Who are you?" The figure raised its head, revealing hollow black eyes and a grin that stretched far too wide. It whispered again, this time louder. "It's cold outside. Let me in." Sarah grabbed Ben, pulling him close as the lights flickered. The room grew icy. Tom stepped back, but the figure moved closer, dragging its soaked feet across the floor. The tree lights sputtered out, plunging the room into darkness. A guttural voice echoed now, distorted and wrong. "Let me in. Let me in. Let me in." Then, silence. When the lights came back on, the figure was gone. The wet footprints had vanished and the room was warm again. Tom hurried to check the doors, all locked tight. The family didn't sleep that night. Ben later whispered to his mother, "He said he'll come back next Christmas if we leave the door unlocked."